This, of course, means that PayPal users can buy, sell, and hold crypto, and that millions of PayPal merchants can accept crypto as payment. Why do you think this is such a big deal?
Well, listen, PayPal has the most accounts of any bank in the world, right? And so you've got this giant platform. On deposits, it'd be the 30th bank, but in terms of accounts, in terms of reach, it's the biggest in the world, who just said we're going to allow Bitcoin. And so if you're in the C-suite at any of the other banks, JP Morgan, Goldman Sachs, Morgan Stanley, you're starting to scratch your head and say, what are we missing here, right? One of the things that COVID did, it accelerated this idea of the digitalization of everything. And it's happening at a rapid pace. And so we've got central bank issued digital currencies coming, stable coins, right? The entire payment system of the financial system is going to change. And it's going to change much faster than people thought. And the banks are left kind of looking at their old legacy systems. And so it's going to be a race. If you look at stock prices this year, right? I mean, Ethereum, where most of this new architecture is being built on the Ethereum blockchain, right? That will be the base level of trust, most likely. That plus some other, protocols where this stuff gets built. Ethereum's up 200%. The Square with the Square app, which is a family to Bitcoin, 186%, right? PayPal up 100%, Bitcoin up 90%. Yet JP Morgan, Citibank, and Wells Fargo down 20 to 50, 60%. And so you're a banker, you're like, what am I doing wrong here? It's pretty obvious, right? We are going to rebuild the financial architecture of the United States and the world in the next 10 years. And it's going to be built in and around blockchain.
That said, there are critics who think this is a lot of hype. Despite the big move in Bitcoin this week, the price hasn't moved much in the last 6 months. How much farther do you think the run in Bitcoin will go, and what are you expecting in terms of price?
I think it's going to go a lot farther. Listen, one of the reasons Bitcoin didn't go so high is it's hard to buy, right? You can't call Goldman Sachs, you can't call JP Morgan, you can't call Bank of America, you can't call E-Trade and say, buy me some Bitcoin, right? And so where most of the wealth is in America, right? 45 to 80-year-olds, the baby boomers and the next generation, they're not used to logging in on a Square app or on a Coinbase wallet, right? They call their brokers. And so what I'm seeing at a rapidly changing pace is more and more infrastructure being put in place to allow easier access to buy, right? We just, with PayPal, it's a huge step in how easy it is for people to buy and sell crypto. You're going to see E-Trade come next. You're going to see the credit card companies, Visa, MasterCard, and then American Express. They're going to, I would bet you within a year, offer a platform where their 30 million merchants can transact in stable coins and crypto.
Meantime, Bloomberg is reporting that PayPal is in talks to buy the Bitcoin custodian BitGo, which is a company that I know you are a big investor in. What is the latest on that?
Well, listen, I don't think they're going to tell me if that's happening. What I would tell you, we have a banking business here at Galaxy, and you are seeing a complete uptick in the amount of inquiries about consolidation, right? If you think about PayPal, right, they're a tech company. Yet they needed to bring in Paxos to do their Bitcoin integration. And so there's a lot of domain expertise and knowledge in the crypto community that's been built over the last 7, 8 years that the legacy community, even the tech guys, need some of. And so there's going to be a war for talent. There's going to be a war for companies that are building infrastructure. It's going to suck in talent. And so really exciting time to be in the crypto and blockchain space.
Okay, so let's talk about the state of broader M&A and IPOs in the crypto market. What are you expecting to see? Who's going to be making big moves?
Listen, there are not that many giant players in the crypto space. So Coinbase is a big player with a big valuation, right? They've got the most clients in the US. And so it wouldn't be surprised to see players like Coinbase making moves. But I think it's going to be outsiders, right? The credit card companies, other banks that are all going to be looking at, can I get involved in and around the crypto space? And so you'll see some internal consolidation, but a lot of external buying, putting footholds in. You know, it's no longer a debate if crypto is a thing, if Bitcoin is an asset, if the blockchain is going to be part of the financial infrastructure, right? It's not if, it's when. And so every single company has to have a plan now. And I'm seeing it. I'm hearing it.
You were
from my
tweeting
friends
through the debate. Yeah. You were. I wanted to ask you about some of your debate commentary because you were watching last night, tweeting last night. You said Biden is doing great, Trump doing better than last time, no one changing their mind tonight. What is your outlook on crypto and markets if there is a change in administration and if Trump remains in office, given the continuing concerns about crypto regulation?
Well, you know, listen, the big question for the crypto community is the SEC. Jay Clayton is coming to the end of his term one way or the other. In all likelihood, if Biden wins, we're getting a new SEC commissioner fairly soon. And then we got to wait to see. My bias and my hope, but my gut feel is the next commissioner will be far more crypto friendly because the world has shifted, right? The fear of, this all being used to fund North Korean nukes or some shady drug dealers in Kazakhstan just isn't happening. There are security companies, places like CipherTrace and others that are making it easier for law enforcement to actually track where these coins are. Remember, blockchains are public. Well, the public blockchains are public. Every transaction is out there. And so in lots of ways, the story was backwards.
Now, I got a quick question for you from a terminal user asking, why do you think Bitcoin will keep going up with PayPal in the market? Because the more Bitcoin is used, the more PayPal and others are natural sellers. Doesn't that mean the price could then go lower rather than higher?
Listen, to be honest, I don't think Bitcoin is going to be used as a transactional currency anytime in the next 5 years. Bitcoin is being used as a store of value. People are worried that the central banks around the world are debasing fiat currencies. And even as we switch to a digital dollar, which is coming, right? Facebook's got Libra coming. Lots of stable coins are going to be issued here in the United States and abroad, right? Don't forget, China is way ahead in issuing this stable coin. So quite frankly, it's a national security threat if the US doesn't get a digital currency. And so we're going to get a digital currency, but if the central banks keep printing more digital currencies, you're still going to see a debasement. And so Bitcoin as a gold, as digital gold, is just going to keep going higher. More and more people are going to want it as some portion of their portfolio. And as it's easier to buy, because you can buy it on PayPal, the price is going to go higher.